I'm coming to get you, get you, get you. Hold on, I'm on my way. Yeah, 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 I'm on my way. Hold on, I'm on my way. Yeah, 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 I'm on my way. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the just meet me just meet me at just meet me
Am I drunk? No. I think you're drunk.
Hey, are you coming in?
No, that's a coworker. No, it's fine. It's fucking fine. No, it's fine.
You got a lot of nerve, don't you, baby? I only hit the curb 'cause you made me. You're telling all your friends that I'm crazy, like I'm the only one. Why'd you throw them stones if you had a wild heaven on it too? Living in your big glass house with the view. I thought you knew I had some help. It ain't like I can make this kind of mess all by myself. Don't act like you ain't helped me pull that bottle off the shelf. Been deep in every weekend. If you couldn't tell, they say teamwork makes the dream work. Hell, I had some help. You thought I'd take the blame for us to crawl and go around like you ain't guilty of something already lost. The game that you've been running, guess it's catching up to you. You think that you're so innocent after all the shit you did. I ain't an angel, you ain't even sent. Can't wash our hands of this. I had some help. It ain't like I can make this kind of mess all by myself. Don't act like you ain't helped me pull that bottle off the shelf. Been deep in every weekend. If you couldn't tell, they say teamwork makes the dream work. Hell, I had some help. It takes two to break a heart in two. Ooh, baby, you blame me, and baby, I blame you. Oh, if that ain't the truth. I had some help. It ain't like I can make this kind of mess all by myself. Don't act like you ain't helped me pull that bottle off the shelf. Been deep in every weekend. If you couldn't tell, they say teamwork makes a dream work. Hell, I had some help.
Head to your nearest Boost Mobile store to get 6 months of service free when you buy 6 months on the Boost Mobile 5G network.
It is team meeting, and the team meeting right after family reunion. This is awesome because we're probably all pumped and excited to be here. I'm gonna close the door. Come on in. Come on in, Rona. We're so happy to be here. No problem. Well, let's get started. Oh, and obviously I'm not Brenda Benson. Teresa's there. She's sitting in the back. I am Abby Wilson, if you don't know that, and I've been with KWB since January of 2018. And today I'm your MC for team meeting. And we've got some awesome things planned. And I know that you are so excited about the panel. They're sitting like front row center. They're so amazing. You guys get ready because they have amazing information for you. But let's get started with first our welcome. Who is in here for the first time? Very first time. Oh, that's awesome. Stand up, guys, if you don't mind, so we can see you. Yay. Do we want to give them the microphone to just be like who they are? And then that way we know. And as you're, oh, here we go. As you're getting the microphone, just share your name and who you are real quick, 30 seconds. And what's so awesome is that the growth committee has gifts for you guys today. I know, good job, great job, growth committee. So if you guys go to the Davis Walton conference room, they'll have a gift for you. So make sure you do that after team meeting. Go.
So I'm Patricia Costantini. I'm new to North Carolina and I'm from Florida. I came over here. I work in banking full time, so I'm trying to transition into real estate at some point in the next few months, but I need to buy my own home first. So you guys help me. If you see me struggling and I can't figure out something, come over because I'm sure you make my day. So thank you in advance for your help.
Awesome. Yay. I was like, how come they haven't all like jumped on her like all of a sudden? We'll all help you. Go.
I'm Rita Ackley, and I'm new to real estate also. I'm transitioning somewhat. I retired from teaching in June and
Awesome.
took the class, started class in October. So
Wow. A teacher, they make some of the very best agents. There's one in here who's a top agent. She's amazing. That's awesome. All right. Any other first time guests? Okay, let's go. Bucket fills. Oh, this is my favorite. Do you guys know what bucket fills are? Oh my gosh, you guys have all been here before except for today. Well, so for those of you who don't listen, bucket fills are a way to thank people, someone who's filled the bucket, someone who's done something above and beyond for you, or you see them do something above and beyond in the market center. And you're like, man, I've got to say thank you, or I've got to recognize this person. We have time today for 3. So who would like to start filling the bucket? Tyree, you're first.
Hello, online. How are y'all doing? Oh, I've been gone a couple of team meetings, so I feel like I got a lot to say, but I'm gonna keep it simple. KW family, y'all know it's been a rough couple of weeks for me with my dog dying and my car getting stolen last week on awards day. What?
Yeah.
But no, I do appreciate all of y'all calls, texts, cards from the market center. Y'all are amazing. I appreciate everything. I got so many Kyrie. How may I help you? And what money do you need so I can send to you? And I appreciate y'all.
I love that. KWB culture. That's so awesome. Who's next? Who's next? Awesome, Rob.
Hey, I wanted to say a big bucket fill to Billy and Jennifer Farnsworth. I had a firm open house, and they stepped up and brought some pizza and helped me get some great feedback. We're actually bringing that list in the market next week. Due to them and for their support around that, allowing us to come up with a creative way to bring firm exclusive listings to a different light, and using a firm exclusive open house was really a great thing for them, and the partnership they did with that was amazing. So if you have a firm exclusive listing and you haven't thought about doing a broker open, it was a great opportunity to partner with them. And also to, bring an opportunity for everybody to walk the home and get some good feedback.
I love that. That's awesome. Yay. That's great. Great, great, great. Thank you to our partners. One more. Yay.
I want to fill Greg King's bucket list because Greg did an outstanding job on yesterday sharing video CMAs. He's absolutely amazing. And we're so fortunate to have so many great people in this office that are willing to share and pour into us. So Greg, Jay, your team, I just want to say thank you, Greg, if you're listening anywhere. Thank you.
Awesome. Woo! He's probably listening somewhere. Yeah. So I'm going to be off script. Lynn Davis gave me permission, and when Lynn Davis gives you permission, you just roll with it. So at our awards banquet, Kyrie, whose car was stolen that morning, was not able to be there to be able to receive his award. Kyrie, Um, the 2024 Culture Award, Kyrie, you're so deserving. We are so proud of you. Yes. Oh. He blew a kiss when he got off the stage, guys. Just want to tell you guys. All right. Let's see what's next. Awesome. No problem. Birthdays, yay! If it was your birthday in February, can you stand up? Awesome! Happy birthday, happy birthday! Yay! We love to celebrate birthdays. That's awesome. And work anniversaries. This is a big one. Yay! Are you up here? Who's up here? February work anniversaries. I'm up there. Woo! You're nobody else? So stand up. Let's stand up so they can see you. No, nobody said. Well, it's rough in February. Well, thank you, Michelle. I just celebrated for 8 years. I don't know if you wanted to know. I just definitely want you to know. 8 years. Huh? And look at Brad Wilson, 5 years. That's a great guy. That's awesome. That is so awesome. All right. Clicker's definitely not working. Okay. So I'll just pretend and then you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. February new. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. Who is new in February here at KWB? Awesome. Let's welcome them. No one's in here, but they will probably watch on Zoom. So we want to make sure they're feeling welcome. And January cappers, obviously we have to share this. Why? Because if you cap, then what are you earning? Money, lots of it, 100% of your commission. That is so exciting. So if you're in the room, real quick, stand up so we can clap for you. There's Sarah, boom, clap. Woo! Hey, awesome. You guys are wondering, like, why is Abby doing this so fast? Well, because we've got this panel, so we got to get with it, right? But we don't want to pass a day without really celebrating $1 producers, right? This is a huge deal. If you are up here, individual, team, or group, please stand up for you. Millions, this is written volume. You should. Thank you. Good job. Written volume. That's huge. All right, the next one, you might have to stand up again. This is huge. Listed volume in January. Listed volume, 1 million or more. Hey! Woo! All right, and then, whoa, no. Okay, oh.
Are you hitting the button at the same
Okay, let me not hit anything. Close the volume, stand up, because that's a massive, massive deal. Please stand up. Let's clap for you. That's you. Yes, super proud of you. Okay, and then of course, the top 10, and we won't go over it fast. Hey, if you're up here, you absolutely, stand one more time. Just stand one more time. Good, thank you. All right, woo, we celebrate. Guys, if you're up here, like, you absolutely be celebrated. We don't want to take it lightly that you're out here killing it on the streets. And then for you, who's an agent, or you're an agent that is like, man, it hasn't been able to pick up. Then these are the people you should like look up these sides and be like, look at the people that are doing it, and see if you can buy them a coffee, a lunch, something, and say, hey, do you have about 30 minutes where you can sit down with me and just tell me? Obviously, today's a special day because we have 3 of them that have stood up that are going to be here, are going to speak to you, but find them, find out what they're doing. All right. All right. You're going to do it. Thank you. And we've got Lynn Davis about to present. Come on in, Lynn Davis. What are we looking at?
As we all know,
you have to stand within the purple lines. So there you go.
So this is our pink and green report for January. As you can see, our market center did phenomenal. We're all in green. If you, I guess Liz can't scroll down. If you look at closed GCI, it was up 54.9%, which is your guys' money. We had a fabulous January. We're outpacing the region and KWRI. And you can, all you guys, if you print your own multi-year trends. You can plug your own numbers in there and see how you compare to the market center, the region, and KWRI. But congratulations on a great month.
Awesome. So I just, like she just said it, we're outperforming the local market and KWRI. Like if you ever questioned, are you in the right place? These numbers will solidify that for you. You are place. You're around people who are not listening to the noise or the distraction or paying attention to all the things, right? They're putting blinders on and they're just getting it done. And you have a massive market center full of people if you're in the right place. This job. Kudos to all of you. Oh, Carolina Gold. Hey, who's here for Carolina Gold? Come on up. Come on up. Let's go. We're so happy to have you.
Good morning, everybody. Billy Gerald, Mortgage Special, Carolina Gold Mortgage, and the First Lady of Finance.
That's good.
So, hey, so the question is like, what do we do for you? Obviously, thank you, Adam, for the shout out that our basic job here is to help you sell homes. The way we do that is by creating a wow experience for your customers. And I think Teresa's got a experience that she could share to give you an example of what we can do for your customers.
Yes, we have a little video to play.
Oh, that's fancy.
Hey everyone, I just want to say if you have a client and they do not have a lender, I highly recommend Teresa Green with Carolina Gold Mortgage. I am currently working on a transaction and we are scheduled to close here within the next few weeks. And she has been absolutely phenomenal to work with. I have never felt like I was left out of the loop of anything. I am a newer agent, so I have had a lot of lending questions, and she was very quick to respond and actually explain all the programs that she's offering, what certain terms mean in the lending world. So I highly, highly recommend using her, and it's great because she is in your back pocket. She is in the office, so if you need to schedule that one-on-one time with her, you certainly can do that. I will for sure be using her in the future. So Teresa, thank you so much. And I look forward to future transactions with you.
How about that?
So we were 19 days early on our clear to close for this one.
Wow.
Well, when's the last time you heard that? Yeah. And coming up next week, we have our Mortgage 101 class open, especially for Ignite students, but anybody is welcome to join. Last time we had great participation, a lot of interaction, able to really help gain some knowledge for agents. Thank you all very much for your support. We look forward to working with you.
Awesome, awesome. If I were you, all agents like show up, and there's a lot that's changing in mortgage, so make sure that you're here. All right. All right, awesome. Carolina Home and Auto. Jennifer is in the room. You got anything for us, Jennifer? Wait, we can't hear you. Hold on. You want to stand up? You should come up because people might not know what you look like. Or like on Facebook.
So we have some new carriers that we're adding, so we have more options for you guys for shopping for your clients and for yourselves. So just give me a call. We're busy. Things are picking up. So it's that time of year where you're selling a lot, and we're here for you guys.
Yes.
So give me a call.
Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. Heritage Title. Hey, come on down. Yeah, it is today, actually. I totally is. The price is right. It's okay. Go ahead.
Hey, y'all, I'm Gary Franklin with Heritage, and we're your business partner for title insurance. If you are not familiar or not super familiar with title insurance, in the state of North Carolina, it is state regulated, and is an attorney state, meaning that all closings go through an attorney, which you know, and they do the title search, and then we do the title policy. So we work hand in hand. We are not competitors. We work with your attorneys. So keep that in mind. I've had some questions about that in the past. Okay, so I want to chat real quick about, do I need to stay in the purple line?
You absolutely do.
Okay. I was going to do like a little
So we have two policies. So when your client, you're the best advocate for title insurance for your clients. You are the ones talking to them. You are the ones advocating for all the different services, title insurance being one of them. There is an owner's policy and there is a loan policy. If they have a lender involved, if it is not a cash closing, they have to get a loan policy. It is required. There's no and if or buts about it. They also should highly get an owner's policy. I've never seen in my 7 years, I've never seen anyone not want an owner's policy because it protects the owner from the date of closing backwards so that no one can come and take their property off. Or if there's any claims, we're there to protect. With that being said, there are two types of owner's policies, and that's what I want to really dive in with you today about. And so in front of you, I have stapled three little things together. There is a standard owner's policy, which is the one that you most commonly, your buyers probably always get. But we also offer an enhanced homeowner's policy. And the difference is, as you'll see in front of you, is that the standard owner's policy has 13 coverages. So it has your basic coverages that protect your owner, but the enhanced homeowner's policy has 40 coverages. So some of those coverages, which you'll see on your second page, the dark green, are access to the property. Don't you think your clients want access to their property without any issues? Post policy forgery. So we know that fraud is on the rise. So it protects fraud issues, people coming back and, like I said, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry, people.
Yeah.
Sorry, computer people joining online. Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. So it also protects with post policy forgery so that no one can come back and say, oh, my uncle Bob, he gave this property to me 20 years ago, and that's actually mine. And there's a deed that, we made ourselves. All these things can happen. And I'm saying it because I've seen them all happen. So for a very small fraction of the price more, it's about 20% more. The enhanced policy has all these extra coverages. It is a no-brainer if you ask me, and I've had other KW agents at other market centers say, well, why would we even offer the standard owner's policy? That seems so silly. The enhanced policy seems like the only way to go. I agree. But we have to offer both because we have both. So I would highly recommend taking this to the closing table and showing your clients, hey, we've got these two options. And then if you'll shoot me an email or a text, my information is on the business card and on the QR code. I'm always happy to run a quote for both so that you can see the price difference. The other day, I had a house, it was about $650,000, I think was the purchase price. There was a lender involved, and the difference between the standard and the enhanced was only about $120 different. So if it protects me substantially more for only $120 more, I think it's well worth it.
Absolutely.
So if you have questions about it, please let me know. And also, if you have further questions about title insurance, please join us Thursday. We have an online virtual class that we're doing that's called Advanced Title Topics. So please join us for that. It's about an hour long at 10 o'clock in the morning. And you probably see me blow up the Facebook page.
And what are the advanced title topics?
We can talk about this standard versus enhanced. We talk about issues with access and easements. We talk about a lot about fraud and post policy forgery. So all these topics that the enhanced covers, we talk about those things. So it's definitely worth joining, and it won't take too much of your time.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. You want to touch on this? Oh, it's okay. Yeah, just
So sorry, real quick. You should have this updated. Is this updated yet? If not, it's really, really new.
Yeah.
If not, okay. So we have added, before you only had the standard and the standard owner's policy and then the lender's policy. We have added another line where you can check for, or your buyers can check for the enhanced policy. So it's right there for them. So that's kind of a reminder to you and to them. If you forget to mention it, they'll say, hey, what is this enhanced policy? So we added that on there. So you should notice that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Awesome. Jules and Liam.
Hey everyone, as you guys know, my name is Leah and I'm Jules, and we are your Market Center Tech Coordinators. Purple. Oh, so they can see me? Okay. We are Market Center Tech and Marketing Leverage coming in hot today because we have Family Reunion just wrapping up. So that always means there's a bunch of tech releases after Family Reunion. We'll be teaching them all week, but here's to feature one of our favorites.
Yeah, this one's really cool. So now there's an AI tool right in the contact section of Command. So in the timeline, as you are adding things to your timeline, so for example, you're making calls through the Command app, or you're adding notes from your calls, or maybe your contact is looking on your website, so they're favoriting properties and whatnot. That's all tracked on your contact timeline. Well, now there's an AI summary that summarizes all this activity so that you don't have to go scrolling to see what they're doing in their account. You can see that right up top with a nice little summary. So you can see what they're doing here. So this is a great example of your database. You get as much out of your database as you put in. So be sure that you're putting things into your database so you can really get it optimized.
Yeah.
And also, so that was one of our favorite tech updates from Family Reunion. Next Thursday, March 6th, we'll also go over additional tech releases that happened at Family Reunion. So please join us in this room from 1 to 2 on Thursday, March 6th. In general, our classes, we have classes on Tuesday and Thursday, 1 to 2 in this room. So Tuesday is geared more towards new agents, and Thursday is more geared to top agents and top admins of teams.
And quick comment on that, guys, where is the #1 place that top agents get business from? Who knows? Thank you. So what do you need to do with Command in order to make it work for you? Is put your sphere into Command. Today's class, 1 to 2 p.m., that's what's happening, right? Getting your database together. Guess what's happening on Thursday? We're going to set up smart plans to automatically reach out to your leads, automatically cultivate your leads and your sphere to convert them, to get you time back, okay? If I could stress anything, that would be to come today's class, 1 to 2 p.m., and Thursday's class, 1 to 2 p.m., right here. Okay, because in 2025, the best thing that you can be doing is setting up a system to reach out to your sphere. We've all heard of a 33 touch, right? Let's automate that. Let's get your time back, automate that. So that's happening to each and every person that you know in your sphere.
Other ways that we can help with your tech. So for quick tech support, Scott Leroy Marketing, so the wonderful people who do your setup as new agents, they're also a great support help. So they respond to emails regarding your tech within 10 minutes with either they do it for you for free or they send you a video on how to do it. So they are a great resource if you're not utilizing them already. And then also we have open tech every Tuesday through Friday, 12 to 12:30. So if you have a time sensitive question, like you can't get into Command, you're locked out, or you have a DocuSign question, drop into open tech hours Tuesday through Friday, 12 to 12:30, and we'll be there.
Help you with anything you need. And lastly, to finalize that, just one last way we can help is, of course, leverage, right? So our model is we are happy to teach you everything KW Tech for free, right? You can meet with us once a week and we'll implement the technology in your business for free. We'll teach you it. Or if you need leverage at this point in your business to get time back, we know the exact strategy that converts your sphere into buyers and sellers. Okay. So if you want us to implement that exact strategy into your business and see how our clients are having incredible success with that exact strategy, book with us. You can also scan right there to see all of our Google reviews or look us up on Google Julia Designs. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Great job. You guys don't miss those trainings. All right, here we go. Oh, hey. Oh, I know. It's working now. All of a sudden. What's new in the PC program? Who's coming up to say something? Hey, our fearless leader, Michelle Amador. Come on down. Purple line. Yes, it is. I don't know if it's new, but stay within them. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, so great things are going on with coaching, but want to let you guys know who are in the coaching program that we're doing an impromptu from 10 to 11:30, and we're going to go over things that Gary said at Family Reunion. So any of you who are in coaching want to join us in here in this room tomorrow from 10, tomorrow's Wednesday, right? 10 to 11:30. And then after that, make sure you get up with Nicole, who's going to be in from 12 to 2. I would love to book Nicole again, but it always snows every time. Every time I book Nicole. So if we do something in April, you know it's going to snow. So we're going to wait till the summer with you for sure. Okay. Anyway, so looking forward to it. It was a wonderful family reunion. You guys are going to hear more about that here in a minute.
Awesome. Michelle. All right, Tasha Viney. So I hope you've all been angels, but I've been like a demon a couple of times the last 2 weeks. And thank God Tasha loves me. I messed up on a couple of forms. Thank you for your love. So listen to Tasha, guys.
Just a couple of quick reminders. If you have not seen the notifications, the old listing agreement, last day to use it is Friday. So if you're not already using the new one, make sure you take a look at it, get your questions answered. Later today, probably expect an email from Sabra with the video from the attorney at the Real Estate Commission outlining the changes. Who has used the new form? Any? It's in DocuSign. Don't go pull an old one that you had saved on your computer. Use the new one in DocuSign. Right now, they're both out there. You're free to use either. If you have the old one, you don't have to change to the new one, but effective Saturday, the only available option on DocuSign will be the new one. Okay?
Any other questions about that? Use the new one.
They got it.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Allison.
Oh, Allison. So Allison just asked, what's your most asked question?
Most asked, am I supposed to be?
You are, yeah. But you're Tasha, so I didn't want to say anything like, I'm already in trouble, so it's okay, go.
The most asked question is about the commission, of course. And if you read through that whole commission section, you'll identify your commission, the amount that's going to the buyer's agent, and then the total. So read through that whole section. If you still have questions, give me a shout, but it's pretty self-explanatory. And that video that's coming out later today will be helpful as well.
Yeah.
Another reminder, the do not call registry, the SAN number has been updated. So if you're looking to do some cold calling, make sure you're going through and using the do not call registry, setting yourself up, making sure you get approval before you start calling people. Okay.
Mhm.
That number was, SAN number was updated last week. So if you were out there the week before, it was not updated yet. Sabra did update it last week. So the new number is out there for you to use.
Awesome.
Really, really important. I don't know if Adam is in here.
He stepped out.
He stepped out. We'll probably have him talk about it in next team meeting, but make sure you're getting those discovery forms for your septic, sewer, and water completed and completed timely. Okay, it could cost you a whole lot of money if you don't. Okay, we'll talk about that next time, but make sure you're having those completed accurately and timely.
Yes, awesome. Woo. Done, guys. Awesome. So in really looking at time today, we're not going to go over every single event, but hopefully you guys know that there's this amazing website called kwbresources.com and that you are utilizing. You can go on there, there's an event calendar, and you can click on all of these things and it'll show you if there's a Zoom or not a Zoom, if there's material, if there's not material, everything is on there. So make sure, go.
Can I say like one?
You absolutely can.
Like workflow efficiency super to you and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to remember this whole other website that I have to go to. If you click on that here for full calendar view right above the calendar widget, it'll actually take you to our Google Calendar. In the bottom left corner, there's an add to Google Calendar
Yeah.
option. What this will do is it will copy our entire live Google Calendar for the Market Center onto your personal Google Calendar.
That's amazing.
I know, right? And then when it's super inconvenient because you're like, wow, I have 30 listings coming up. When are those appointments? You can turn it off. So you can
Yes.
toggle when it's convenient to see versus when it's not. So just keep that in mind so you guys stay on top of all the upcoming trainings and events here.
Absolutely. Thank you.
welcome.
All right, AOC. So AOC only come up if you have an update. If you have an update, come up. Who's got an update? AOC, got an update? Anybody? Just the growth committee, wave, because you have gifts for the newbies. Make sure that you get those gifts after. And if you guys will give your dates of when you're meeting AOC, bam, she's putting it on the first. That's good. Awesome. And everybody give them a round of applause because they do a lot for our. If you are a vendor guest, I'd love for you to just stand up so they can see who you are. We've got Nextdoor, Simply Transactions, home inspection, Carolina, America's Preferred Home Warranty. All of them are amazing. We just heard a big bucket fill of 2 of them. Like all of them are like that. These are the best of the best. They have been vetted. They have tons of references. They can give those references to you. You can trust them, okay? So make sure that you go and you meet them when you go out there because they might have giveaways, they might have snacks for you. They have collateral for your folders. Make sure that you do that. Thank you guys. Give them a round of applause. It's a rise. Come on down. That one on the ground. Okay. Woo! Like in the wherever you like, wherever they talk. Just put your foot on. But these are really great chairs, but Mark White did let us know that they're a little bit shaky. That's why we're like, take it easy on it. So guys, these are amazing agents in our office. All of them top producers, all of them doing amazing things in their business. 2 of them went to Family Union and have stuff to share. And what I'd like to do is to start, if you guys could give like your 30 to 45 seconds of who you are, how long you've been here, and maybe one more fun fact about 30 to 45 seconds.
Hey everyone, I am Sharika Dyer. If most of you all don't know, I always lead with I'm a wife, I'm a mom of 2 boys, retired Air Force veteran. I have been here in this office since May of 2021, but I came from a boutique firm. And I have been to Family Reunion. This is my 4th year going.
Awesome.
Good morning, David Seabor. Been here at Keller Williams Ballantyne in real estate for 9 years. Individual agent supported by a transaction coordinator and a virtual assistant. And this was my 6th year at Family Reunion.
Awesome.
Thomas Elrod, High Performance Real Estate Advisors. I've been with Keller Williams for 15 years in this office. I started in this office and haven't left yet or gotten kicked out yet.
Hey.
So we're doing good so far. Lead a team. We have about 10 agents, sales agents. 8 are outside sales agents. 2 are showing specialists. And we have 4 operations, admin, and marketing staff members.
Awesome.
And I've been to Keller Williams. I've been to Family Reunion 12 out of the last 15 years.
Awesome. All right, well, we're going to start with you guys, Dan and Sharika. I would love to know what you're implementing from Family Union, because obviously you get tons of information, right? And it can be somewhat overwhelming in the best of ways because there's so much to do. So can you share with them, like, what's the one thing that has stood out to you that you're like, man, I've got to make sure that I share this with them?
So there was a speaker, he spoke at MegaCamp last year, spoke again this year by the name of Rory Vaden. And he spoke a lot about how do we create activity today, give yourself emotional permission today to go ahead and create time in the future. And he really mentioned a lot about creating what that audience that you're specifically trying to speak to is, and continue to relay that message over and over again. I think if you're doing video, social media, make sure that that platform is providing content that's valuable today and continues to be valuable in the future. So for me, it's really, all right, how do I create long form video that will continue to attract and provide value to people that are 6 to 24 months out? That way the pipeline's staying full, is providing kind of the little nibble bits of information that buyers and sellers need prior to wanting to engage in a more serious conversation. So there's a natural progression of, all right, David's provided value up front. Now I'm ready to get serious. Let's continue the conversation and have it in person.
David, can I ask you a follow-up question to that? So like when you're saying you're gonna do the videos, are you sending it to them in an email? Are you posting it on social media? How are you getting it in front of your clients?
Yeah, absolutely. So early on when I was in real estate, I was really good about doing videos. That has since trailed off. Yet I realized that there's a gap there. And it's one of those things that you put it on a platform like YouTube, it's going to stick around for a long period of time. There are some people that have some influence in that platform already locally, but the overwhelming majority of people are not in that space. Yet over 51% of buyers and sellers now start their search not on Google, but actually on YouTube. So there's huge opportunity for people that are willing to put themselves out there, and provide that content to buyers and sellers.
Awesome, awesome. Same question. Sheree.
Okay. So what I focused on a lot when I was when I go to family reunion, and I want to say this is my 4th time going. So I focus on a lot of solo agent activities and I focus on networking. So with that being said, I did that and some lead generation breakout sessions. And one of the things that stood out to me specifically, and I won't say I'm going to implement it, but what stood out to me is Gary said, there will be 4 million sales this year, right? That means there's 8 million sides. Which side would you be on? And that goes into just being consistent in your business. And so what that said to me is, because some days I know we can all get off track, right? Is making sure that I'm consistent and focusing on what I already have in front of me, which is command. So when the tech team got up here and said, oh, when we have this class, I need to be in one of those classes on Thursday. Okay, so that's
I
what
love
got
it.
done.
I love it. Okay, so for both of you, you guys are at family reunion. There's all this information. If you're a new agent and here's, I didn't get to go to family reunion, what's something that they might have shared that would change my business? What would you share with a new agent that's sitting in here?
Best thing you can do for your client is to empower them. And the best way that you can do that is to guide them through data-driven decisions. Gary goes over his vision speech, and in that he shares about 80 slides of information. Every one of us has access to it. If you don't know where it's at, I've got some QR codes that I'll put up here, down up front. That will give you access to the vision slides as well as to all the one sheets of the masterminds sessions that took place during the major panels. But really knowing that data, because for example, people are talking about, all right, transactions might be quieter than normal, yet this is the 3rd largest volume year in real estate that we're going to experience. So we're paid on units, or are we paid on volume? Volume. So it goes to show that even though unit count is down, there's an enormous opportunity for those people that are willing to go out and capture the people that are actively working in the market. So again, it talks everything about data-driven decisions regarding specific real estate transactions. It talks about what buyers and sellers are expecting of their agent. Again, most of that is unchanged in the skill sets that agents bring to the marketplace. And it talked about some of the X factors outside of real estate that are taking place that will inevitably impact people's decisions to be willing to go forward with transactions. So if you haven't seen it, I strongly suggest you include a lot of that information, even just in your free buyer and seller info sheets, because there's plenty of agents out there that are not talking about it. And if you can simply present them the information, most people want to be empowered to make great decisions. And if you can provide them with accurate data, that will go a long ways in helping them go from maybe or possibly to let's move forward.
Awesome, awesome.
Okay, and what I got, and I wrote 2 things down specifically that stood out. So to new agents, equal opportunity and unequal reward. Those are 2 things. That's one phrase that stood out. And effort is the only thing that you can control. Effort is the only thing that you can control. And so with that being said, like I said in the beginning, when I walked away, like I go to these events to be what I call, I use the Air Force term, to be reblued, right? Because we're all in real estate. And so we go back to get that empowerment to make sure that we're doing what we should be doing in our business. So effort is the only thing that we can personally control on our own. So whatever you get up and do in the morning to make your day great and to make your real estate business great, that's what I walked away with.
So show up.
Show up and
Show
show
up.
out.
Show up.
Everything.
How cute! Lynn Davis is all involved today. I don't even know what to do with it. That's so awesome. I know. She sings on one panel, and she takes over, right? Well, guys, I'm totally not ignoring Thomas, right? I'm gonna pick on him though because he didn't go to family. There.
No, Brenda and I had this conversation that she wanted me to speak. I didn't know it was going to be with these two superstars about family reunion, and so I had to pivot a little bit in the last 24, 48 hours based on the topic. And I just shared with the group earlier when I walked in the reason I did not go. I've had the privilege and honor of being in Gary Keller's top mastermind since 2017, the last 7 years. And so being in that room, thank you. Being in that room, it's definitely a different level. And he does it at family reunion, he does it at Mega Camp, and he does a couple of hostings at his office at Keller Williams Realty International in Austin, Texas. And we actually, before he starts the mastermind, we will sit around the room and place bets on Gary Keller, and he'll have a couple of dry erase markers and he'll have a projector. And we basically place bets on the over-under on how many seconds, it's down to seconds. It used to be minutes, now it's down to seconds, that he's going to pull out the triangle and he's going to write the triangle out. He's going to put listings, leads, and leverage. And he always goes to that, even in his top 100. He always goes to listings, leads, and leverage. Also, not to mention that I traveled 9 months last year. I did not work a lot. And I went to Vegas twice last year. I went for family reunion, and then I went for the Carolina Panthers Raiders game in September. And so I was pretty Vegased out. And I'm not drinking alcohol, so I was like, that is not a place I need to go with all that temptation there. And it's back to, this year we've had to shift. We've had to shift our business. The last 10 years, 11 years have been pretty easy for real estate brokers. And, I always say there's two types of real estate seasons. There's the skills-based season, and then there's the not so skills-based season. Like, let's be honest. When interest rates were 2.5% for 30 years, it doesn't take a lot to broker real estate. It doesn't take a lot to sell real estate. Now that they're back up 6-7%, you've got to have the skills. And so instead of us going back out again to Vegas, we've doubled down on our activities. We stayed here in Charlotte, and we've just gone back to the book he wrote in 2003 called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. And we've gone back. Gary called me out one time, and in a room, I said, so it's back to the basics. He said, Thomas, I don't call it basics. I call it the fundamentals. He's like, and you all need to go back to the fundamentals. And if you don't, you're going to get left behind. And so we stayed back, and we focused on listings. We know listings make babies. That's what we say on our team. Listings make babies. For those that are newer, we always say that you can get 6 paychecks from a listing. The seller sells, the seller buys, the seller refers a friend. You can get sign calls, you can get open house calls, and you can get internet leads from it. And so that is our main focus, is listings and staying out of Vegas and drinking a lot.
Well, thank you. I have a right. So we're in here. We all have listings, listing for leverage, and we just got the triangle again because you shared it with us.
Yep. Again.
Man, but you know what though? I'm just not ready because I've got this I've got to do the perfect flyer for the door knocking, and I've got to have the perfect design so when I get the listing, I can put it on and it looks so good on social media.
Oh, you mean getting prepared to get prepared to get prepared to get prepared
Yeah,
to get
all the
prepared. Yeah.
What
So
should we be-
yeah, exactly. So I think what Abby's talking about. Who in here knows Chip Wall? So I knew Chip before real estate. I knew him from the car business, and when I first got into real estate, got a license, I came here, and Chip coached me. He coached me for 3 months. We met every it was Monday and Friday at his office at 7 a.m. at our old office space, and we coached for that 3-month period. And this was probably April, May, and June of 2010. I closed 4 houses in 2010, by the way. 4. That's it. 4.
Hey, how many
Uh,
teams? Sure.
we did 65 million in closings.
Sounds good. All right.
And so, and I think one was a girl I was dating at the time, and like one was my dad. He had a rental property, and you guys get the picture. So,
Yeah.
right? I should. Yeah.
Hey, Cole's advice is to keep dating.
I like
Got
that.
it.
I'm gonna have to put that on the top of the list of lead generation activities. Go on dates and get listings. So I'd taken a listing, and it was late 2010, and it was probably 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was designing a brochure, and Chip Walton walks into the office, and he basically kicks open the door, and he's like, "What are you doing right now?" I said, "Well, I'm designing this brochure for this listing I took." And I was all proud of myself, and he said, "Well, what are you doing that for?" And I said, "Because it's got to get done." He says, "At 10 a.m. in the morning when people are available to answer their phones." That one conversation of him kicking the door open at our old office and saying that to me changed everything, because no one had taught me in real estate school what I'm going to share with you guys that we run on our team. And Brenda asked me to talk about this. Now, I know some of you in here are at a higher level. They're all at different levels, and there's some good stuff. We still train on this with even our most experienced agents on the team, because we know common sense isn't always common practice, right? And so he sat me down that day and he said, there's a time to work on your business and there's a time to work in your business. There's a time to do income generating activities and there's a time to do income servicing activities. And what you're doing at 10 a.m. in the morning is income servicing, and you should be doing that later in the evening or in the morning, early, way early, not during lead gen time at 10 a.m. in the morning. And so Brenda asked me if we can pull that up. Do we have time? I think we could run through it pretty quickly. She asked me to give you guys an example, and we can share this with the Market Center. Now, this is for high performance real estate.
Yeah.
We're having a little trouble hearing you online.
Just hold it closer to your mouth. You.
Testing. Can you hear me now online?
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Working in the business activities. And I put 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is going to differ. I know everyone runs different schedules, but this kind of gives you an idea. Script practice, write, read, chant, recite, and record yourself. We always say in our business, ignorance equals fear, and knowledge equals confidence. The only way you get confident is to practice and role play and chant and record yourself. Listen to your fillers, listen to your ums and your uhs, right? Role play with someone who's a lot more experienced than you in objections. And you can find those here in the Market Center. You can find those on Glover U. I'm sure there's lots of places you can find people to role play with. Don't be a secret agent like James Bond 007. That's what we say on our team. Pick up the 500-pound phone and bring buyers and sellers together to make real estate contacts, door knocking, networking, Go for No. For those that have not read Go for No, it's a great book. Text messages related to new, we don't call it cold calling, by the way. I think that's got such a negative connotation. We call it new business development or warm calling.
Awesome.
So for us, it's not cold. It's all how you approach it. I've never met a stranger, so to me, it's warm calling, or we call it new business development. Video or text, bomb videos. We run bomb email related to new business, handwriting notes, cards, pop buys from Mets and not Mets, private messaging through text, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram about real estate. That's the key. Lead follow-up to-dos in our CRM, which we use Brevity, nurtures, and we always say the fortune is in the follow-up. Yes. The reward is in the routine, but the fortune is in the follow-up. Hosting open houses, showing houses, writing contracts, negotiating contracts, consultations, also known as presentations, recruiting. If you're recruiting, you're building your team, tracking your daily activities, dominate your day, win your week. It's a document that we use. We always say if you own the morning, you'll win the day. And for my agents, we control their hours up until about 11 a.m., 12 o'clock, and then I just let them go, and they do tons of business in the afternoon because they control their mornings. We have Ring Central, which is our phone system, and attending closings. And then working on the business from 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. I put coaching, and I said I'm aware that it's hard to coach before 8 or after 6, and then I told you guys about Chip, meeting him at 7 a.m. And if you ask your coach, they may work with you, especially if they're on the West Coast and so forth. Systematically feeding your data bank. We don't call it a data bank base. We call it a data bank.
That's right.
Every day, and a good system for entering business cards, contacts, info when you're out networking. Working on marketing materials, postcards, letters, drip campaigns, content creation. or just hire someone to do it for you for marketing, which that's what I do. That is not my wheelhouse. Update bios across all platforms. If you Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com, LinkedIn, and so forth. Educating yourself on your technology that you're using. I see so many agents that get all this technology and they don't ever use it. Like they don't ever learn how to use it. They don't go into the libraries and study it. And when you use it, it's amazing how it works, right? It's kind of like that treadmill, you know, that's sitting there, has your jacket hanging on it. Preparing for open houses, the planning and hosting of client events, if you do client events, reviewing expenses, profit and loss statements, getting with your CPA, wealth building strategies, tax strategies, payroll, human resources, etc. So I think you guys kind of get the idea. Working in the business or working on the business, and I see so many agents. The last number I heard was 87% of agents don't make it after 2 years in the business because they're like me. They're chasing every squirrel they get and they're all over the place. And so, you know, I'm sure you guys have heard this bold law. You're not in the business of selling real estate. You're in the business of following a schedule. And that's the reason I'm still sitting here 15 years later after all the turbulence that we've had.
Yes.
And you know, it's not fun. I mean, Gary says all the time behind massive success is massive boredom. And I get bored very often and it pays the bills, you know?
Absolutely. And I love that you shared all of this. And I want to, David and Sharika, do you guys have a schedule? I know the answer. Do you guys have a schedule? Do you have block time where you're going to call your people and you're going to work smart, like Thomas just shared?
Absolutely. So this year's focus for me has really been on two words: intentionality and purposefulness. I feel like we're living in an age of distractions, and similar to what Thomas said, I'm a squirrel running around chasing everything. So there's a program I'm on specifically right now called Exodus 90. It's a spiritual journey, but there's 15 to 16 daily disciplines that I follow that help wane away some of the items that pull me away from focus and productivity. So fortunately, this trip to Vegas was very easy for me. I decided to stay on East Coast time, and I couldn't help but smile because each day that I was there, I was still getting up early. So it was 2:30 the first day, 3:30 the next day, and then 4:30 the last day. And each of those days I went down to the gym. And as I was going down on all 3 days, I actually saw people headed back up to their rooms from long nights out in the casino or the club. And it wasn't until the final day that I actually saw a colleague from our office, Brandy, who's just in the back, who was down there at 4:40. And it's like, surprise, surprise, top performers are choosing to do what's important to them in their business, regardless of what's taking place around them. So it was a long-winded way of answering your question. And I think there was a great reminder: the quality of your habits determines the quality of your life.
Yes.
If you want a better quality life, take a look at what you're doing on a daily basis. Like, what are you eating? Something as simple as how much sleep are you getting at night? Like, we're never going to be able to create that time in the morning. So take a look at what time you're going to bed and the habits that are either helping you get to bed on time or preventing you from getting to bed on time.
That's awesome. Sharika?
I'm so short-winded.
Yeah, that's okay, girl.
But yes, absolutely. I do follow a schedule. So I try, but I'm not going to try. I get up in the morning. I'm sure just like a lot of folks, I get my workout on, whatever that is I decide to do. I dedicate my time to God, and I dedicate my time to my kids, right? Which is important. My husband is gone before I even get up. So, but I do follow a schedule, and my schedule is always to lead generate in the morning, just like Thomas said, before 11 o'clock. So I schedule nothing before 11 o'clock. I always say I'm unavailable before 11. Like, no one should call me before 11 unless it's an emergency. And to speak to what we got from Family Reunion, just listening to all the panels I did go to, like it led back to the bottom line of being on a schedule, making your calls, doing the things that's consistent to make sure that you're continuously building your business.
I love it. So top performers are locked in, guys. They're locked in. They're not going to get distracted. Even when, and they identify, because David and Thomas both said, like, they follow squirrels. I'm a squirrel chaser hardcore. But when you have a goal and they are very locked in with their goals. They're going to make it. They don't care about down markets. They don't care about what's going on around. They don't care about the distractions. They put on blinders and they do it. Do we have time for 2 questions? Because I don't know. I don't think this is right. Yes, go. Let me, okay, good.
So to me, down markets are my favorite. I don't like an up market because everybody can get in and be successful. Down markets is actually, and I think I heard Jay White tell me a long time ago, he said it's always a bull market. You just have to know which bull to ride.
That's it.
And right now, a lot of agents, not in this office, but a lot of agents have mentally checked out. They're still paying their dues. I can look at the membership stats, but they've checked out. And right now, when Gary says, go get your unfair share, now's the time. Now is the time where you can make a lot more money in this market than you can in 2021. I promise you that. And one last thing I'll say, because there's a lot of people in here saying, well, I'm an individual agent, and how do I handle all of these things? How do I set the expectations with the clients that I'm working with? I didn't learn this for like 3 years in the business, and I had a lot of clients that weren't happy because they wanted immediate answers. I learned as soon as I set up a voicemail that said, thank you for calling. This is Thomas Elrod's voicemail box. Your call is very important to me. If you're calling between the hours of 8 a.m. and noon, I am prospecting, looking for buyers for our sellers and sellers for our buyers. If you're calling after 5 p.m., your call will be returned the next business day. Please leave your phone number twice, and I'll get back to you shortly. And the reason I do it twice is so I don't have to go back and listen to the voicemail 2 times. And the reason, and what all of a sudden began to happen is all the clients knew the expectations. And I always did 5 o'clock. I was typically working until 6 or 7. But when you call a client back at 5:30 or 6 o'clock and they say, oh, I didn't know, I thought you were off for the rest of the day. I'm like, well, you're extra special. I really like you a lot. I can't tell you how far that'll go. And I see so many agents that have an automated voicemail, not professional at all, in my opinion. Set expectations, and that voicemail could set expectations with the people who are calling, but it also set expectations with your family and your friends that you've got a schedule, that you follow that schedule, and you'll get back to them at the time that's on the voicemail.
Awesome.
So,
Okay. We have time for 1 question. Who has that 1 question you want to ask these amazing people up here? Yes, Michelle. That's awesome. Hey, let's run that. Hold on. Stand up, Michelle.
So Thomas, you said that your team was working on lead generation activities, right? You said that was the primary focus last week.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the top 3 lead gen activities you're seeing work right now for your team?
I mean, everyone knows in here that we're an expired for sale by owner withdrawn business. That's what our business was built on originally. I always say you got to have a business in the beginning built on blood and guts, and then you got to have a business built on elegance and ease. And elegance and ease is your past clients, right? You're what you were talking about earlier. And in the beginning, you're just getting anybody that'll do business with you, right? And so for us, it's expireds, FSBOs, withdrawns, open houses, and then we have over 2,500 Google reviews, and we're always in the top 3 in Google lead service. And so we get a ton of business from GLS, from Google.
Love that.
So there really hasn't been a shift in what you're focusing more than other times.
It's the same exact thing we've been doing for 15 years. We started on Zillow. We got 600 Zillow reviews. And then I realized that I was feeding the beast with Zillow and got away from it. And we pivoted to Google because, let's be honest, Google owns the world pretty much. And so we pivoted to Google in 2017, and people read the reviews. But now we're doing the same thing. Nothing's changed in 15 years.
Awesome.
Open houses. If you go back and read the 2003 Millionaire Real Estate Agent book and Shift, those books are still, the numbers may be a little different today. Like when I started, our average price point was 170 in Charlotte, 170,000 in 2010. But other than that, everything else is the same. Percentages are the same.
Dust off the books or get one. Check in with Sue. All right. Give them a round of applause, everybody. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Well, thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to stop to meet the vendors out there. Say hello to the top agents in the office. If you're brand new and it's your first time, make sure you go see the growth committee because they have a gift for you. Thank you, guys.